Hi, my name is Jeremy Davis, and I am going to be covering Appendix 6 strategies for dealing with a must win CP on pages 73 through 75, where you have a parent that wants to talk to the athletic director about the football coach and how the football coach needs to be released from his duties. And if the athletic director does not want to do so and let that football coach be released from his duties, then that parent is going to use his resources and go to the president of the school, because they're good friends, to have that situation that he doesn't like about the head football coach done. The athletic director wants to get a clear understanding of why the head football coach, Coach Johnson, needs to be replaced. And the parent feels that the coach is not inspiring, he doesn't motivate the players, plus he's not winning. And he doesn't get any other athletes scholarships after their time playing under his leadership. The AD goes on to ask the parent to elaborate more on why he is saying the things that he's saying about coach, and why does he think that the coach does not inspire the athletes. And the response that the parent gives is that the athletes are not fired up before games, and other parents notice that, and then he's not enthusiastic. He doesn't show excitement about his job, and he doesn't get enthusiastic about his job. The AD then becomes a little confused about what the parent is trying to complain about, because now he wants to know if the parent is talking about getting students fired up or inspired, and how did he come up with that conclusion. The parent responds. Uh, the parent's response to that is that his own kid tells him what goes on, and that everyone on the team feels the same way about Coach Johnson, and so does their parents. The AD then goes on into more detail, asking the parent questions and giving him explanations, asking him questions like, do you feel high school should be held as the same standard as colleges? And do you see any other objective for the program? That parent responds that he feels that just because his son has been playing football, no, I'm sorry. The CP feels that his son, because his son has been playing football for the last since he was in fifth grade, and has been attending Division I colleges, going to their camps and summer camps and performing in front of Division I coaches, that he should be receiving letters from those schools. And the athletic director goes on to explain to him that, you know, that's the experience of almost 98% of high school student athletes going around today in the country. Everybody doesn't get or receive letters of inquiry or anything like that just because they go to summer camps and attend those things throughout the summertime. The parent then goes on to get a little sarcastic with him, and says, and I quote, I guess I'm about to hear about sportsmanship and character building. After the AD lets him know that everyone doesn't receive letters. And the athletic director explains to the parent that yes, sportsmanship and building character is a part of their program. Those are values that they teach to their athletes. But he goes on to explain to the parent that coaches cannot recruit kids to come to their school. The only thing they can do is build their program with the students that they have enrolled in their school, and that's how you build a program. The parent then complained start complaining about the weight room and equipment and how old it is and the off-season conditioning program. And he goes on to say that if uh, their high school uh, conditioning program and weight room was half as good as the other high schools, rival high schools around that area, then they would be a dominating team in the league. The AD explains to that parent at the same time that those are some things that are out of the coach control. Um, what they do is evaluate their coaches, and Coach Johnson, who's the head football coach, they evaluate him on things that he can control. And uh, the parent uh, goes on to ask the AD, well, since you're evaluating him, are you going to do something about it or not? Uh, I guess he's thinking that he probably, through his evaluation, he's noticing some of the things that the AD is noticing, some of the things that the parent is noticing. But the AD informs him that some of the comments that he made, he's going to take in consideration, and he's going to report that to the principal, because the principal is the one, after he does his evaluation, he reports the information to the principal, and the principal reports the recommendations to the superintendent and the board of education, for coaches and teachers that he would like to have in his building. So the parent again gets kind of sarcastic and just asks the athletic director, well, what is it that you do for the program? And the athletic director explains to him that he does his evaluations, that he reports that stuff to his observations to the principal. And the parent just doesn't like those comments, and he just lets the athletic director know that you need to get more involved and get more information about the program, so that you'll know what's going on within the program. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see how this is going to play out once the principal is notified of this parent's comments, and how it's going to go with Coach Johnson. But hopefully it'll go in a more it'll be evaluated and handled in a mature manner, in which everyone will be happy and satisfied with the findings and conclusions of the observations and whatnot they take on Coach Johnson to keep him as the head football coach for this school.